Well, we have some good news and bad news. Good news, you already know. We have gotten rid of Nicola Sturgeon as SNP leader and her husband, Peter Morel, as the chief executive of the party. Bad news, Hamza Yusuf is now the new SNP leader. I'm not really sure if that's bad news or good news, considering what he's going to do to the party. He's going to take it down and down. But another bad news for the SNP is actually what's going on with the police investigation. That is now officially escalating. Yes, Nicola Sturgeon might have left, her husband might have left, but they are still being investigated, which is quite interesting because I'm now thinking who's going to be responsible for what's going to happen in terms of consequences and in terms of punishment. So, for those who know, if you don't know, the SNP are being investigated over financial corruption. There's a lot of missing money, around £600,000 here, a few £1,000 there, donations being taken for the fight for independent Scotland, but in reality, the money's completely disappeared. Now, when it comes to Nicola Sturgeon and Peter Morel, because this is now an official police investigation, even though they've left their positions, they are still going to be liable. So, which is good news. Now, the police are particularly interested in vehicle purchases and other items of capital expenditure. Some of the people spoken to have been surprised to find questioning focus on this rather than donations. So wait, they're now shocked that they've been found out, that they've been somehow spending people's money on cars and other capital expenditures and other items, and you're surprised. So you were like, how did you guys find out about this? I thought we were just going to ask me a question about missing money. Well, yeah, the money is missing because it's been spent on something. So this is quite interesting and absolutely fascinating. How they are the ones, the people responsible for losing the money, let's just say, they are shocked that people are questioning them on some of the spending that the party might have done. This is bad. So this is why the whole thing is kind of escalating at this point. So one of the SNP spokespeople said last night, well, they declined to comment on the vehicles owned by the party. So we don't know who paid for that. He said, we will cooperate fully with the police investigation and we will not make any further comments. Okay, well, considering Peter Morel resigned a few weeks ago after taking responsibility for lies told to the Sunday Mail over membership figures. So, and we know that both Peter and Nicola have a very unhealthy relationship with the truth and lies. They've been exposed in the past for lying a lot, or in the case of Nicola Sturgeon, losing her memory. She loses memory all the time. But what now? What is going to happen now? Now that they've left, are we going to have the media actually focusing on the rest of the investigation? Because the police investigation continues. The media are probably not going to report that until the end, but I'm going to find out more about this and I'm going to keep you guys posted on a regular basis because that's how we do things on this channel. Now, it has since emerged that Peter Morel also gave a loan of £107,620 to the party to help it out with a cash flow issue after the last election in June 2021. Now, we already knew this as well, but it's good to put them all together because if you have all these tiny stories put together, you kind of realize that domino effect is going to be quite painful for a lot of people, not just Nicola Sturgeon and not just Peter Morel, but also Hamza Yusuf, who's now the new leader of the SNP. He also has to answer some very tough questions. Now, the Scottish Labour Party, Jackie Baillie, has come out to say that questions about the SNP's murky finances just keep piling up. The usual SNP secrecy and cover-up won't cut it. They need to open the books and come clean about what exactly has gone here. I absolutely agree with Jackie Baillie because you're going to have to be honest. Yeah, at this point, you're going to have to throw some people under the bus, under the political bus, because otherwise this is just going to continue to escalate and it's going to affect the whole of the Scottish administration. It's going to affect the whole of the Scottish institutions, everything, the whole establishment. And it doesn't really matter who's going to be governing Scotland at this point because the whole credibility of the whole nation is undermined because of a few idiots running the show. Now, Craig Hoy, who is the party chairman of the Scottish Conservatives, has said that this whole affair stinks of SNP secrecy. These latest claims into the long-standing police investigation only add to how murky the situation has got for those at the very top of Scotland's ruling party. I'm really interested. Jackie Baillie and Craig Hoy, have they been talking to each other because they're using the exact same wording? He says Peter Morrell may have resigned in disgrace as the SNP's chief executive, but these questions over the significant sum of money are simply not going to disappear. There's a lot of similar words that Craig Hoy and Jackie Baillie mentioned in their statements. I'm not going to create a new conspiracy theory on this, but it's quite funny how maybe they've been coordinating to make sure they use the same words to the press and media, which will make it a first when it comes to cross-party cooperation. The Labour Party and the Conservatives working together to bring down the SNP. Sad, absolutely sad. Anyway, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back in half an hour. We've got more updates for you guys from Kemi Badenoch's new trade victories, as well as Lucy Powell, the Labour Party's Lucy Powell, who is having a bit of a triggering moment, as usual. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.